Hi, my name is Kaveri. I teach in a university nearby. I currently live in Mumbai, but I used to live in Sonipat, Haryana for a little more over 8 years. And this small video is to share some of the tips, some of the hacks that I use to reduce our exposure to the toxic air pollution in Haryana and in Delhi NCR. First and foremost, remember that we spend a minimum of 10 to 12 hours in our homes on a daily basis. So, if it is possible for you to make your home into a bubble of clean air, that will offset the amount of exposure to air pollution outside. I wrote a small piece on this on how I manage the air pollution in the scroll. I will link that article in the description box. But these are essentially 10 things that I did to reduce our exposure to air pollution. The first thing I did, of course, was to invest in an air purifier. I purchased one for the bedroom and slowly began to purchase purifiers for the rest of the house. Now, purifiers don't really take up a lot of electricity, but the filters need to be regularly cleaned. During the pollution months, make sure you clean them at least once a week because of the toxic pollution, the amount of pollution in the air. Replace these filters more often. Normally, it's advisable to replace it once in 6 months, but during the pollution months, please replace it once in 3 months and look at the HEPA filters. You will be able to make out if they're turning really, really dark, that means it's already time for you to switch them out. There are times, honestly, when I replace the filters every 2 months. So do keep a check on your filters and make sure you replace them. Second, obviously, we have to keep all our windows and doors closed to ensure that the smog doesn't come inside our home. But we also, as human beings, need oxygen to breathe. So, here I purchased inexpensive money plants and bought these pots and put them all throughout the house to increase, to bring in some amount of oxygen into the house. And as a surprise, I noticed that in a room with the plants, the air purifier's efficacy improved, meaning that it was able to control the AQI to lower levels along with the plants as compared to a room where there was just an air purifier without plants. Now, the way in which plants help is that their leaves help trap the particulate matter. Now, money plants grow very, very vigorously, so they're constantly producing new leaves all the time. So, this means there are more leaves which are trapping a lot more particulate matter. But this also means that you need to clean those leaves at least once in every week or once in 2 weeks at the minimum to ensure that these leaves can continue producing oxygen and continue trapping more particulate matter in your house. The great thing about these plants is that they grow so vigorously that you can keep taking cuttings, and they also grow in water, so you can put them in bottles. I would rescue, thrown away bottles, sauce or beer bottles, and my house was full of these bottles filled with money plants. I would put them in the windowsill, in the bathroom, every nook and cranny. There would be a bottle with money plants coming out of them. So increasing the amount of greenery in your house will therefore increase the amount of oxygen produced in your house and will therefore also help the air purifiers work better. An added benefit, of course, is your house will begin to look like a lovely green resort. It helps improve your mood, especially when you're looking outside and it's all gray. It's so much better to look inside your house and look at all of these green plants inside your house. So it also reduces your emotional stress, provides you a great place to work in. Third, check all your windows and doors. If there are gaps between the doors, make sure you seal those gaps. There are lots of products you can buy on Amazon for those door gaps, but there are also silicone sealants for cracks and seals in your windowsills, which you can use to ensure that the air does not come inside. There are also insulating tapes for for all of these sliding doors and stuff like that, which you can find very cheaply on Amazon. Make sure that you have sealed all of this and that the smog does not really enter your house, especially at its highest in the middle of the night when you're sleeping. You don't want that smog coming into your bedroom, and therefore you want a cleaner air at least in your bedroom, right? Fourth, keep out kitchen fumes, because even in our own homes we are cooking, and that will therefore release a lot of other kinds of smoke. And the best way honestly to do this is to put in a door that can ensure that your any fumes in the kitchen are kept out and they go out through the kitchen window. Kitchen chimneys also work, but they take a lot of time to kind of absorb the fumes. But a door would probably work better. A cheap door, something made out of fiberglass, will also do the trick. Fifth, if you want to air out your homes, do it in the afternoon when the sun is at its peak and the smog has decreased. Six, once you have set up a cleaner home with cleaner air, plan your exercise indoors. You can invest in a good treadmill and good exercise equipment within your house. Avoid as far as possible exercising outside, especially early in the morning when the AQI is very, very high. Normally, pollution levels drop in the evening, and if it's really low enough, and you can then go out for a walk. But sometimes when it is very, very severe, even in the evenings, the AQI has dropped, but it is still quite dangerous to go out. And that's why I invested in a treadmill, which honestly is perhaps the best thing I've invested in, because we continue to use it even here in Kalyan when it's raining and I can't go out for my walk. I can always use my treadmill at home. The other thing that really will help benefit your respiratory system is yoga. I began learning yoga from this YouTuber called Yoga with Adriene. That's the name of a channel, and I will link it in the description box. And I continue to follow her even till today because it gives me a lot of calm, composure, flexibility, respiratory benefits. I breathe a lot better. I put a link, of course. Please do take a look. Now, several studies show that yoga helps those with respiratory who experience respiratory issues. I have, for instance, linked a study with asthmatic patients, which shows that yoga decreases both the number of asthma attacks as well as the intensity of asthma attacks in asthma patients. So it definitely does something to your respiratory system and helps strengthen it. And you don't have to spend a lot of time. For instance, Adriene has these videos, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20-minute videos. And if you have young children who are having respiratory issues, get them started on these small sessions of yoga. This even 10, 15, 20 minutes of investment in your health can show a substantial amount of benefits in terms of ability to stave off all of these respiratory issues as far as possible. 7, because you're going to be in indoors most of the time, ensure you take a regular dose of vitamin D to support your immune system. For adults, there is a small tablet that you can take once a week. For children, there are these drops that you can buy, and you have to give them these drops once a day. Make sure that your vitamin D levels don't go down because you're not having exposure to the sun. 8, invest in very good quality reusable, washable pollution masks for when you leave home. This may be very hard, of course, to impose on children, so reduce their exposure as much as possible. For instance, I would request my son's school teacher to keep him inside class instead of sending him out to play on days which had more smog. The other thing I did was to make sure my son attended school regularly during the other part of the year, so we had some amount of leeway and he could take a few days more of leave if needed during the winter period. 9, avoid incense, agarbattis, oil lamps, candle burning during these periods. Honestly, you don't want to add more smoke to your lungs. They are having enough smoke to deal with already. 10, there is so much that we buy on a regular basis that actually adds to air pollution, and you'll be really surprised to know that the kind of money that we spend on some of these products is really, really crazy. And instead of improving our lives, it can actually be toxic for us. For instance, There are chemical fragrances in both beauty as well as hygiene products, and perfumes, deodorants, makeup, soaps, detergents, floor cleaners, shampoos, candles, agarbattis, incense. I was recently actually watching a podcast with a toxicologist, which I've linked again in the description box. Do take a look at this, and it honestly confirms something that I've been suspecting all this while along, that using these products is not just bad for the environment, it's even worse for us. So do stay tuned to this channel. I plan to slowly, little by little, share with you all of these different products that I've either completely done away with or I have replaced with other safe and sustainable products, or in some cases where I cannot completely do away with these products, I've reduced the use of these products. So do stay tuned for these kind of videos if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and I hope this has been of some use to you.